There are a lot of things that we have concluded without proper inquiry. Without proper inquiry. So that's why we get into a lot of trouble. Suppose you say, this company is good to work for. Somebody found a job, this company is good to work for, and therefore they joined. Then they found out that there's a lot of politics in the company. Okay. That means what? If there was a way, if you could figure it out, you could have figured out. You should have talked to the employees of that person before, and you had some good friends that you are working in that company. You never talked to them, and then you ended up, and now this all politics, and this guy is really aching. Is serious about working and doing, contributing to the company. So based on some name, something this person said, good company, and joined the company. And so what is that? Siddhi, a conclusion. Siddhi means conclusion. Avichara, vicharam vina, without without making an inquiry, without doing proper research. That's what it is. The right word is research. And so here also, this conclusion that I've made, that I am a mortal. I am a mortal. That is the ultimate. That is the greatest hit on us. And none of us can handle it also. We made a conclusion, but now have to live with this conclusion. Okay. And and I can't even accept this conclusion. That's a problem. Neither I can live with it comfortably. Or people might say, come on, sooner or later we are going to die. Like that they will say. Yeah, sooner or later we are going to die. I also know that. You don't have to tell me that. But is there a solution to this? Nobody can accept death. No, you better learn to accept death. Yeah, that you can say. But that is what that fundamental problem Shastra is going to address. So avichara means what? A conclusion born of, how do you translate that? Non-inquiry. A conclusion born of non-inquiry. That's what avichara siddhi is. So so I am a samsari is a conclusion. Because Atma is not a samsari and you are Atma. Therefore, it's a wrong conclusion. Very obviously a wrong conclusion according to the Shastra. And therefore we call it avichara siddhi. Like this, many things in our life, if you carefully analyze, it will be like this. Avichara siddhi.
Thank you.
It is like saying this one. Some people they buy a house, and then suddenly then they're not coming to Shastram classes at all. Gone. Vivekachoodamani gone. Kaivalya Upanishad gone. Mundaka Upanishad gone. Hey, we're attending 3 classes. What happened? Guruji, I purchased a house. Okay, you purchase. What is the connection between buying a house and coming to the class? Only no time. No time. And vacuuming, and this is a large, big house also. Big house you bought for what? How many people are staying in this house? Big family, I think you have. No, we are just 2 of us. Okay, so now no time is there. See, avichara siddhi, and now all kinds of things come along with it. Avichara siddhi. Don't buy a house, but make sure you know what you're getting into, and then get into it. And so, avichara siddhi. Yeah, Mahesh, go ahead.
In this text we are referring to, the PDF, it was interesting that sloka number 15 came before sloka number 14.
You're right. You're correct.
And I think the reason is because 14, the rest of it is about student, the other one is a guest teacher. That could be the reason.
Yeah, correct. So it flows well. 15 goes very well after 11. Yeah, you're correct.
That could be the reason. Yeah, I thought it was a mistake and I went to the book. It is actually correct.
Rearrangement by Swami Parthasarathi. Sorry, Paramarthananda. It is a rearrangement by Swami Paramarthananda.
Right. No, absolutely. So the 108 selected by Paramarthananda. Yeah.
But this Daya Sindhu, how is it translated, Jayakumarji? Is it like, I don't know, it is translated as a mercy. Is that the right translation?
No, I would not translate it like that. It's an ocean of compassion. That's the best way
Yeah.
to. It's an
Or
embodiment of
kindness or something. I
kindness.
think the
Yeah.
meaning here is that the Guruji has to come to the level of the students to explain, and that may be the underlying meaning. Means Guruji may be very knowledgeable, just like in colleges, there may be a very well qualified or famous teacher. Then he takes an undergraduate class. Many times the undergraduate students don't know what is happening because everything goes above the head. So that's what I think. I mean, I just maybe that does that what it means? Because kindness otherwise means what? I mean, or compassion means what?
Compassion, because yeah, you have to really understand the student's problem and go along with this. This is a long journey. And so it is actually, why should the person do it? So many things a guru can do. And instead, the person gives up everything and comes after the student and stays with the student. And so it requires a different mindset. And one has to be very kind and compassionate. Because the student is going to come with so many, so it's uh, baggage is there. The guru has to deal with baggage of the student. Correct? Baggage is there. And so that has to be clarified. That has to be cleaned up. Then only teaching up happens. And of course, teaching Q&A is always there. And so it's a long process. And the teacher must be ready for all this. Ready for all this. Teacher must know what they are getting into. And so that comes from this compassion.
In short, motherliness, the teacher, to force feed a disease, sick child.
To what is it? To
The mother force feed the sick child.
force feed the sick child. Okay. All right. So yeah. So prayers versus shreyas. And the major shift, paradigm shift is there. And so guiding the students slowly, cautiously from here to there. And that's a slow process. Carefully, the teacher has to be very careful in the process. Teacher has to understand the students very well and recognize what is stopping the child, a student, what is stopping the person. So we all come with different backgrounds. So it's a very involved process. And that is why I think the Shastram says, Daya Sindhu. That's why. Because like other teachers in other schools, they can't make judgments and all that. Passing away grades, A grade, B grade, C grade. No, Guru can't do all these things. Guru is responsible for the C grade person also, A grade person also. Correct? Guru is responsible. He can't just wash off some people off. No, this is not for you. Can't say that. And so it requires a lot of understanding, Mahesh. A lot of understanding. That's my reading.
Yeah, it reminds me of a comment my undergraduate class, our head of the department made, saying that some teachers very knowledgeable, but they cannot teach undergraduate level. So that's what it remains.
So that is a big problem. That's a big problem. People have PhDs
Because it
from
is too trivial for them to come to that level to teach. I mean, I can see that, like a teacher coming to a kindergarten level to teach.
It's not. The problem is this. When a person does that, they don't understand what teaching is. That is how I will see it. They don't understand what teaching is. They think teaching is going to the board and writing something out on the board without understanding the other side of the board. There are people sitting there, and what is their background? And are they following what I'm saying? Am I ready to answer their questions? Am I prepared to handle a person who is constantly saying, I don't understand this? Am I giving the person the freedom to say, I'm not able to follow what you said? Correct? Teacher should give the freedom. The student must be fearless. Yes, in this class, I feel free, I feel empowered, and I feel I'm going to learn. Like that, the student has to feel, correct? That kind of feeling must be exuded by a teacher. Whether that happens or not is anybody's guess. So I won't
It
say
was not happening when I was studying, but I don't know now.
constantly being afraid of the teacher, so that's not correct. These days, I hope that is changing. But with a stick in hand, a teacher means they should have a stick in hand. In India, that's why they have a stick, because they're all like cattle. They'll run away somewhere. Nobody will run away anywhere. You show love, love will come back. All these movies you see. That what is that movie? There's a movie called Hitchki. Hitchki, it's called. You all should watch that movie, Hitchki. And good movie. And before that, of course, there was an English movie, right? What is that?
To serve with love.
To Serve with Love. Exactly. Great movies to watch and to watch and understand what that compassion is, what that love is. He decided to show love to the children, and then suddenly,
Even
the
Tare
God-
Zameen Par. Tare
Huh?
Zameen Par. Tare Zameen Par.
Oh, I see. I see. Tare Zameen Par. Yeah, I've seen Hitchki. I've seen the other one also. This one I've not seen. Very inspiring.
Thank you, Jayakamarji.
Yeah, thank you.
So when I just listen to that word of Tare Jamin Par, the teacher is in the level of the Tara, and he has to come to the level of the Jamin and teach.
Okay. Is that the interpretation there?
Giving right now.
Okay. Good. Hemavati ji. Prema is there. Sorry. Prema, then Hema.
Guruji, in the quest of Koham and then arriving at Soham, you said this kind of inquiry is unique. Could you please explain what that is when you said it's very unique, this inquiry of Koham?
Yeah, the inquiry about the self is unique because every other inquiry I've done is about the non-self. It's about the non-self, anatma. Anatma inquiry we are good at. Every science is an inquiry or is born of an inquiry into the non-self. Correct? Every science that we know, every ology. Okay. So the biology, zoology, etc. You take everything is the inquiry of the non-self. And it never occurs to me that I should inquire into the self. Never occurs to me. And that's why when somebody says, you should know who I am, means we don't understand what the statement is. Because who I am means, how do you even interpret the statement? I know who I am. I am my name, I know. I know who my parents are. I know my background. I have a big resume to say from date, first day to the last day, my resume is full. In fact, people tell me that my resume is 4 pages. They're reducing it, asking me to reduce it to 2 pages. Reducing a resume from 4 to 2 is an impossible task. Not possible. Chat GPT should be told, here is my resume. Reduce it to 2 pages. So this is all anatma inquiry. Anatma inquiry. Atma is unique. Unique because the subject matter, that which you are studying about is unique. It is Atma, which requires a completely different mindset. This is pravritti. This is nivritti. Yeah. Nivritti means what? Retreating from this dharmartha kama and following this particular teaching called Brahma Vidya. So in that sense, it is unique. And because the subject matter is unique, the qualifications also have to be unique. Yeah, that is what Adhikarinam Ashaste. Thank you very much. Hemavati ji.
That context of Daya Sindhu, I thought you said something about Guruji, the Guru not expecting anything. I mean, I was temporarily distracted at the time. So, did you say something like that? That what it is? I didn't get it. Guru not expecting.
It's a whole big package. It is not, you can't just translate Daya Sindhu into one thing.
Oh, okay.
Not expecting is one aspect.
So,
Generously giving is another aspect. And understanding the student is another aspect.
okay. Now I got it. So, Daya Siddhu is not just an ocean of compassion. It has got a whole lot of other connotations to it. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Shankara Acharyam. No, what is it? Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam. Shankara, Karunalayam. Why Karunalayam? Abode of compassion. What is this abode of? Suddenly, abode of compassion, you're saying, hey, he's written so much. And Shruti is commented on so many Upanishads. He knows the entire, all 4 Vedas he knows. And then he decided to focus on Upanishads. And then he's commented on Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is not a small text. Those days, I don't know how they had access to Bhagavad Gita. You had to sit with some lamp somewhere, and then they had to write on palm leaf. And then he went around this country also. And he taught people also. Therefore, we say cannot be but an ocean of compassion. He must be just overflowing with compassion. Otherwise, this can't be possible. Humanly not. That is why Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya is Shankara. Avatara. Only an Avatara can do this. Like that they say. Thank you. Right.
Thank you, Guru.
Jaykumarji, namaste.
Namaste.
I was struck when the word Daya Sindhum came, and I was thinking Daya Sindhum definition would be Pujya Swamiji.
Whose name is Dayananda.
It happens with Dayananda also.
He is known to be very generous. People would come and just ask him, he will just give it. That we also used to do.
Yeah, I mean, Pujya Swamiji was so giving of his time, for example. I think he used to hardly sleep about 6 hours a day. The ashram from morning to evening was available to devotees to listen to their day-to-day things and giving them solutions besides teaching the real solution to the Laukika problems.
Yeah.
And
it's a glorious tradition. Yeah, it's a
Yes.
glorious tradition. Somebody,
Absolutely.
finally, what we are seeking is somebody who has no agenda, to whom we can just surrender and say, help me. Somebody says, what's the problem? Tell me. I'll help you. I'll help you. I don't know what your problem is. Still, I should be able to say, I'll help you. Correct? That's the word people want to hear. That's what I learned from Swamiji. What's the problem? Let's talk about it. Sometimes just talking about it itself relieves the person. It is so much is involved. So much I learned from Swamiji just by watching him. So as you have done so also.
Yes. And then Jaykumarji had one question. You mentioned the Bhagavad Gita verse. This is from the 6th chapter, right? The Aneka Janma Samsiddhaha. And then Tato Yati Param Gatim. There, did you say that, of your train of thought, you were talking about Adhikari. And did you say that the Adhikaritwam can take several janmas?
No, there he's talking about Moksha Siddhi. Aneka Janma Moksha Siddhi, Samsiddhi. Okay. And Adhikaritam also can take time, right? There is no timeline at all. They don't talk about timeline.
Correct.
So if moksha takes some janmas, then adhikaritvam also should take some janmas. Why? Why do we make that statement? We make the statement because if there is a perfect adhikari, then the moment the Mahavakya is told, the person will follow and understand and then got it. The person will say got it and move on.
Mhm.
But all of us are not like that. None of us is like that, in fact. And so listening to the Shastram improves our adhikaritvam. Then I listen to the Shastram, easier to listen to the Shastram. It improves my adhikaritvam. And so my adhikaritvam is just accompanying me, growing along with me, going along with me, growing along with me also. And so you can apply it both places.
Mhm. Yeah. And there you said the verse refers to moksha siddhi, or is it like it says that the kilbishas accumulated from several births? Because the first part is about the kilbishas, right? In that.
प्रयत्नादेतमानस्तु योगी संसिद्ध किल्बिषः then अनेक जन्म संसिद्धः ततो याति परां गतिम्.
Parangati. He's talking about
Yeah, it is
Parangati.
the param gatim only.
So Paragati is moksha.
Param gati is moksha, correct?
One that is gained over 7 janmas. So
Mhm.
samsiddhi is adjective to Paramgati.
I see.
Paramgati is gained. Samyak, gained very well. Gained very well means what? After which there is nothing else to gain. Yajñātva neha bhūyonyat jnātavyam avashishyate. There is nothing more left. Nothing more left. Therefore, I am neither afraid of Punarjanma, nor do I want to Punarjanma. Whatever happens, let it happen. I'm not afraid of samsara. Body has to go through whatever it has to go through.
Yeah.
That is called.
Thank you.
Yeah, Prakashji, go ahead.
Gurum Brahma Vidya Uttamam. You said you did not agree with the translation of the best of the knowers. So how do you explain the word Uttamam? Or how do you interpret it?
So Uttamam is great, no doubt. So let's look at Puja Swamiji's translation. Who is the best a knower of Brahman? Best a knower of Brahman. Because in this case, even the word best also may not be correct. Who is a knower of Brahman? Which is what I'm looking for. Which is exactly the person that is needed for this pursuit. Somebody who has all kinds of degrees and flashing degrees, etc. from MIT and all may not work. Brahmavit, Uttamam Brahmavit is the right person I'm looking for. I should look for. Don't get carried away by degrees and all that. Which is also Uttamam. Degrees from big schools are also Uttamam only. It's Uttamam. We know that very well. Okay. It's all Uttamam. But there's no connection between that Uttamam and this Uttamam. Therefore, this is called Uttamam. From that unique. That's the way we explained it. Okay. And so translation you'll find best among the knowers of Brahma also you'll find the translation. Don't be upset by the translation. It's better not to use the translation. That's what I'm saying. Right. Because we right now we are only beginning to understand Brahma with. Now I have to explain what is this the best among the least, whatever least, worst among the. And how do you say that even,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Did you get the email I sent about that?
Yes, I did. Yes, and I did go through it. Thank you.
Good. All right. So we will. We'll pause with that. Continue. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalacha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.